injuries for this week and then going into today. Brisker is still working through his concussion, really same as last week. So it looks like he'll be out for this week again. And then during the game, Billings, hurt his pec. You guys saw that. And he'll be having surgery here coming up in the next day or two. So he'll be out for quite some time. But and then the two tackles that we're working in there, Braxton Jones. We'll see where he is today. He's progressing well, but we'll see where he is. He will not practice today. And then Darnell Wright also won't practice today. So we'll see where those guys are in terms of the combinations there. We'll just have to see where it goes during the course of this week. Limited coming back today is going to be, Gordon's coming back today. So he'll be in there for individual and some limited reps. We're excited about that. Tez will be back. Also, Smitty will be back. Coming back from that injury he had in the game in a limited fashion. And then you'll see Daryl Taylor. He's DT. He's going to be limited today, but he should be good to go. Just want to talk about Herbert for a second. Obviously you guys saw the move there. Talked to him, thanked him for his dedication and hard work. Really appreciate him. A couple guys from that staff called me. I told him, really good things about him in terms of his work ethic and his character. And it's good to see that opportunity for him. As you know, that Ryan's always working on, improving our roster and also improving our draft status and getting, draft capital and all those things. And obviously did a nice job there. It's good to get back to work. For this Wednesday, we had obviously Monday and Tuesday to get working on the Patriots and working on ourselves. And I think that's always a good process to go through. Really good meetings this morning, good walkthrough right there. Guys are locked in, focused for this week. And that's really what you can do is focus on this week right now and where your feet are. And that's our singular focus that we have. And that's important that we're doing that and we're wired in. And then obviously good to get back to Soldier Field. Home game in front of our fans. Guys love playing in front of those guys and excited to get back to doing that. So with that, I'll take questions.
The offensive line flux, how does that impact your desires and your troubleshooting efforts to get some life into that unit?
Yeah, it's always a challenge. When you're down a couple starters, that's always a challenge, and the guys have to, just like Matt has done. You just got to step in there. Larry, you got to step in there and perform and do it at a high level. And again, like we said, we cross-chain a lot of guys over the course of this time and during training camp, during the early part of the season. And that's going to, again, we're going to have to really function that way. But we try to make it less moves as possible. If you can make one move, that's great. You don't like to make two moves if you can help it. So we'll try to do that.
Just to get an idea of what you guys value or don't value, why did Khalil Herbert fall out of favor with you guys, seemingly?
Yeah, I just think it was, we ended up signing Swift, and I think this is the way it worked out, during the course of training camp and then during the course of the way it worked through, with Roshan coming in and being that downhill back along with Swift, the complement of the yin and the yang there with those two guys. And, I think that's just where it is, and I think this is going to be a really good opportunity for him.
Matt, T.J. Edwards said yesterday that there was a team meeting on Monday. A couple players stood up, that you were there. And what do you think was accomplished in that?
Well, in our team meetings, we have one pretty much every day, right? We have one Monday. We don't have one on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We have them Friday. We have them. So, we have a team meeting to outline the day, outline what we're getting accomplished that day, what the focus is for that particular day, and to me that was just like any after action report when we win or lose a game, and that to me is good. It's a really good meetings to have. Sometimes I'll open the floor. Sometimes I'll just ask a guy questions, maybe about a situation in the game or whatever it might be as we're watching the tape all together. So it's various things, but our team meetings are productive.
When you opened the floor on Monday, what was the vibe that you got?
It's always good. It's always good. Our guys are all in. They're always all together, and they're pulling on the same rope, and that's what they've always done.
T.J. Edwards said that he felt like you guys needed that meeting, that you weren't sugarcoating things, and that. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like it was a productive and conducive atmosphere?
Yeah, I think it was a Monday meeting like we always have.
What was your assessment of why did DJ Moore leave the field on that play that resulted in the OPI while it was going on? I mean, it looked
Well,
kinda odd.
it rolled his ankle right on that particular play, so that's what I saw, and then it's that's what it was, and then we just moved to the next play, and again we just got to do a good job on those plays of executing scramble drill and making sure we find guys open and all those types of things.
Turning to the Patriots, what's your take on their new quarterback, the rookie Drake May?
Yeah, he's operated really good in some situations. I know that unfortunately he had the concussion a couple games ago and it got pulled out of there. But again, he's really fast. He's got really good athletic ability. You really got to worry about the QB scramble. Obviously, with the amount of yards he had last week on that, and I think his rhythm and timing is good when he keeps it there, and he's accurate. He's got the ability to throw the ball on the field. Got good vision. But again, I'm impressed.
Caleb had mentioned last week that maybe you guys didn't turn the page from Washington as quick enough as you should. What gives you confidence that after back-to-back losses like that this group has turned the page?
Yeah, it's all going to be about the grass. What we do on the grass. It's always going to be that way. How we execute today, how we make the corrections from today, and then turning the page to Thursday and third down. So it's always going to be right there. And our guys are resilient, and the outcomes weren't what it was, in terms of bouncing back from the first one. But again, we just got to do a great job of staying to the course, and staying at it, and going out there and practicing the best we can today.
And just to clarify on the DJ Moore play, once he steps out voluntarily, is he not eligible to do anything when he gets back on the field, even like be a decoy and take up a defender or anything? Can you?
No, yeah, yes you can. Yes you can. Yeah, you got to come back in and establish and all those things. But yeah, you can do that for sure. But if again, you got he's coming here in 2 seconds. You can ask him about the play.
Did you mention that there's a couple more plays on Sunday where Caleb's throwing the ball one place, DJ's going a different place? What have you made of their inability to be on the same page so frequently for the first half of the season?
Yeah, I think it's when you have success, guys are on the same page, more often, and when you don't, then obviously they're not on the same page as much as you'd like them to be. So that we're always working to get that. We're always working to get that, and it could be a scramble drill. When you're working guys open. I know that Caleb did a heck of a job finding Rome a couple times on that. They were in sync. He was friendly to the quarterback during those situations. Last week. So we just need more of that.
Now, what specifically have you guys ID'd with Caleb's throwing accuracy? What are the issues that he's having mechanically right now?
I would say nothing mechanically. I just think that talk to him about the rhythm, just the rhythm and the timing of it as he scans across, dotting the guys as he scans across, the first guy, working through all the way through the fourth and fifth guy. So that's just normal quarterbacking and progressions, and just being cleaner with that, being more consistent with that. And when he does that, it's a good operation.
Throwing accuracy has been a hallmark of his play until leading up to the NFL. Why do you think it has not translated yet? What is hindering him here?
You're talking about, the overarching thing would be what I said, just going through the progressions and making sure that he's going through them the right way, and then going through 1 through 4.
With the offensive tackles, are you more optimistic about one than the other that they might make it to Sunday for you?
Yeah, we are. We're optimistic about both, and we'll see where it goes. I don't know right now. We got to see how they work through it today, and then going into tomorrow. But hopefully, we'll be able to at least get one of those guys.
When you say Billings
has had early on.
Sorry, I didn't get the first part.
With the struggles you've had protecting Caleb Williams early on, how do you develop a young quarterback to get him to a point where you feel like he's consistently moving in the right direction? I mean, he's 9 weeks into the season and 29 sacks already.
Yeah. So it's about being, sacks are an everybody thing, right? So sometimes it's, you got to keep the pocket firm on the inside, and we've done that at times. And then that's also about route discipline, right? Making sure you're where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there. And it's also about rhythm and timing of the quarterback. So you can't put it on one group. It's about the running backs when they're in protection. If they happen to be in protection on a linebacker or a nickel, they got to be solid too. If they're in scat protection and they're out in the route, they got to have great route discipline to do that. So it's never one group or one thing, right? It's got to be collectively as a group, and we just got to do that better as a group.
On Andrew Billings, is that torn pec out for the season?
Well, we'll see. We'll see where it is. We'll see where it is. He's getting surgery here, and then we'll decide what we're gonna do. You know, Ryan and I will talk about that as we go.
Is it a torn pec?
Yeah.